year, I had yearbook, newspaper, photography, just on and on and on. And it was just like, oh, this is so cool. That was high school to me, just so fun. And I went to a big high school. There's like 2,000 people, and so 500 people in my senior class. And I'm looking through the yearbook before I went, just thinking, oh, I can't wait to see this guy. I can't wait to see all of these people. It's just going to be so much fun. I get there, and absolutely, it was just a blast. Now, I don't know if you went to your 20 year, those of you who are old enough, but the 20 year, you don't recognize a lot of you. You got to look at the little name tag. I go, no way, that's you, and you hug and you laugh. And everyone's just laughing, looking at each other, catching up. Absolute blast, and yet as I talk and hang out, then the moment I bring anything up about God, it's just like, okay, let me move on. Let me go to someone else. And just a blatant, clear rejection. I don't want to hear anything about God. Let me just move on to someone else. And I remember just driving home and just being so sad. So sad. Seriously, for like 2 or 3 days, literally just on the verge of tears all the time. Like, this is killing me. It just killed me the whole way, that whole drive home from Stockton, just going, this is awful. I am so sad. I'm just so sad. And I thought, I was talking to my wife about it. I'm like, I don't understand why I care so much. I don't understand why I feel so much for them. Like I haven't seen them in 20 years. Why do I care like this? Why am I hurting like this? And I realized because, you know what? Those are the people that I loved. Those are the people that I spent time with, that we just hung out with and we just laughed with. And I realized, as life goes on, after high school, after college, you spend less and less time knowing people, hanging out with people. You get busy. Then you move to a place like Simi Valley with outrageous mortgages, and just you get the dual income thing going, and you're just both working yourself to the bone. And then you have kids, and then you feel like, I don't even spend enough time with my kids. You want me to go out and have friends? What is that all about? And you start going on and on. It's like this busyness, and I'm going, why I still love these? You know why I'm on the verge of tears? It's because those are the people I still love more than anyone. I've said things like, hey, you know what, my heart breaks for Simi Valley. You know what, I take that back. I do, because now I know what it feels like to have your heart break. Your heart is broken when you love and you really took the time to know people and you befriend them. You know what I'm talking about. It's one thing to say, absolutely, yeah, I hurt for anyone who doesn't know Jesus. But man, when you love them and when you know them and there's time invested in relationship, that's when this unceasing anguish takes place. This is when that godly, that sorrow, that great sorrow takes place. I love these people. Man, I love these people. And your heart just breaks in that. You live with that tension. Someone had asked me about my reunion this week, and I was telling her about it, and I go, oh man, you got to understand, like out of the 500 people in my senior class, I was probably friends with 400 of them. I mean, that's just my life. I just loved hanging out with people, loved laughing with people. And her comment to me, she goes, that's weird to me. That surprises me that you were social. And no, this is a good thing. And she goes, because I see you at social events, and it doesn't seem like you really enjoy them now. And I thought about that, and I go, you know what? You're absolutely right. It's changed for me. And as I thought about it, I could say, you know why? You know why I don't just like going out and hanging out? Because I feel like 90% of the people who talk to me want something from me. You just get tired. It's just not that fun. It wasn't like in high school. It wasn't like in college when people just wanted to hang out with you because of you. And they want to hang out with you because you're fun to hang out with. They just want something. And so you start getting that attitude. And you want to give, and I want to be a giver. Don't take me wrong. But it's just not as fun when the expectations are there and you feel like half people are looking at you to judge you and catch you doing something wrong or whatever. It's just a different world that I live in now. And then not only that, but then I have this guilt of, man, my 4 kids at home, I don't even spend enough time with them. And you start thinking, well, I probably should be there, I should be here, I should be doing this. And you're getting pulled around all these different places. And you go, that's just where life is now. And probably a lot of you feel that same thing. You just go, yeah, it's just different. And the time and the love and it just caused me to think the question, how do you reach people in a culture where everyone's too busy for you and you're too busy for them? Right? How do we get to them? They're too busy for us, and we're too busy for them. And so, how are we going to build relationships? How are we going to have an impact? Move? Move someplace, hey, this is an option. Move somewhere where things are slower and they have time for us, we have time for them, and we won't have this crazy payment. And that's why we're planting churches everywhere. It's like, you know what? Go here, go there. If that's really your motive, but there's got to be something we can do for people here. I'm just convinced of it. I got to somehow change my life because that's the way Christ lived. Christ was amongst the people. He was. He hung out with people. He was at some of the craziest parties with prostitutes, thieves, where they're laughing and drinking, and Jesus was with them. And the church people or the, religious people would accuse him, hey, why are you hanging out with him? Why are you hanging out with him? And Jesus is like, man, these are people that need me. And are we doing that? Are we getting out there? That's why I say, do your neighbors even know you? Do you take the time to love people, know people? You see, because the world looks at Christians as just a bunch of people that are trying to get them somehow or take something from them, proselytize them, and that's why we bring up Jesus, like, just get away from me. My wife, a few weeks ago, was at the TO Mall. She likes to be fair to all the malls. And she was in the elevator, and she was in the elevator, and she goes, it was so cool. She goes, someone came up to me and just said hi and spoke to me that didn't know me, didn't know who I was, anything, just to be friendly. And it was the weirdest thing. She's like looking at the baby, going, oh, what a cute baby, nice outfit, whatever else. And she was just on this little elevator ride. You get to the top, you're like, wow, that was just really energizing. Like someone would talk to me, like a stranger would just be nice to me and hang out. And, just for that 1 minute, it just felt good to be spoken to. And she goes, and then when I said goodbye, she gives me her business card and says, I want to tell you about a business that I started. It's just like, exactly. It's that same feeling. Okay, you don't care. You care less. You probably think I look like trash. You just wanted me to join your business. Tell me about this. Tell me about that. And you guys, that's exactly the way people look at Christians. It's the culture we live in. It's like, oh, hey, your lawn's beautiful. Hey, let me give you this DVD. And it's just like, all right, what are you throwing at me? Because we don't take the time to know them. We don't care about them. We don't spend the time with them. You see, Jesus, that's not the way Jesus lived. Jesus created a following. Jesus, by his lifestyle, attracted a ton of followers. He lived a life amidst the culture to where everyone wanted to hang out with Jesus. Now, once he started giving his message, then that was a turnoff to most of them. But I got to look at the scriptures. Jesus created a following by his lifestyle. He loved people, and so people liked hanging out with him. He gave to people, and so people liked hanging out with them. He met their needs. He healed them. He helped the sick. He did so many things to where he had thousands of people following him around. When he wanted to get alone, he had to get in a boat, cruise out in the jungle, get somewhere, get on a mountaintop. Because everyone wanted some of his time. He created this following, and yet when he spoke and he told the truth, you know what? Then his followers disappeared. He attracted people by his lifestyle, but he turned them off by his message. Now, as Christians today, we're real good at the second part. My question this morning is, are you attracting people by your lifestyle? Because Jesus says that's what we're here on the earth to do. He says, you are the light of the world. In Matthew chapter 5, he says, you're the light of the world, verse 14. He goes, a city on a hill can't be hidden. And he says, in the same way, no one would light a lamp and then put it under a bowl. He goes, instead, no, you put it up on its stand so it gives light to everyone in the house. He goes, in the same way, let your light shine before men so they may see your good works and give